Hello and welcome to another live stream. My name's Simon. I'm a seven-figure Amazon seller in the UK, and I do these live streams every Monday and Thursday talking about Amazon, how my Amazon's doing, talking about the estate of Amazon, and here to answer any questions you guys might have around Amazon. Whether you're a new seller, someone who's looking to get into Amazon, just started, or been selling for a while, I'll do my best to help you. And hopefully answer any questions you guys got, entertain you, and whatever else basically. So so welcome to anyone who's watching. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit low energy. I'm so tired. This month has just been absolutely crazy. This kind of past month I suppose it's been absolutely nuts in terms of sourcing and buying and just business, and it's just been crazy. Like today I've just spent all day just looping orders, buying deals, sourcing deals, non-stop basically. Not all day, but a lot of the day, to be fair. So, but yeah, it's been a tough old day. Hey, Miguel, how's it going? Appreciate you coming on. It's been a real tough old day in terms of, well, I say it's tough. It's actually when it's actually a lead that one of my mentees found for me. Well, he basically bought it, and I said, hey, do you mind if I jump on? He's like, go for it. So I spent a lot of time looping that orders on that site. Really good lead, actually. Such a good lead. So yeah, buying that, and on a relatively new site as well, actually, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that was pretty good. And just find some other deals as well. And I spent so much money. I've had to put 100k into Amazon extra. It's just crazy. Oh man. But yeah, so how's my Amazon going? Well, firstly, hello to everyone who's joining. So enjoying. We'll give it a little while before I start showing some quite nice results, I think. So Amazon. Amazon's going pretty good in December. December's going pretty good. Hey Dan, how's it going, buddy? Appreciate you coming on. Dan's one of my mentees, so thank you for coming on, Dan. We had a really good call yesterday, actually, didn't we? About we talked about, we did a group call in our mentoring, and we talked about invoices. Not the most exciting topic, actually, but all the importance of doing how you do invoices correctly. And then we just had a bit of a chat and networking, which was really good. Hey, FBA Cope, how's it going, buddy? Appreciate you coming on. So, if you guys got any questions, by the way, throw them out there, about Amazon and stuff like that. I'll do my best to help. But yeah, let's look at some results. Like today is not going too bad. I'm doing a little bit of clear out. This is the time of year, I think, to clear stuff out. Sales losses are up. Hopefully prices will go up as well. But I've definitely got some products that aren't doing that great. So my ROI is a little bit lower today, which kind of sucks. But there we go. That's my profits for the day, which is not too bad, really. So like I say, ROI is a little bit lower, but I'm clearing some stuff out. It's fine. That's not bad for the day anyway. And then for the month, I am on, let's have a look here. If it goes to month to date, I'm on, it's actually doing pretty good. This ROI looks nice actually, which is good. So, so this is my month to date, 2,104, 15,000 in sales, nearly 500 units, 28% ROI. Pretty good. I've got a lot of stock in Amazon. I've got £220,000 in Amazon right now. So it says a resale of 315. I mean, that's probably a little bit ambitious. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not quite sure how that actually plays out. But it's looking pretty good. I've got some really good stock in Amazon. So that's pretty good. Basically, I've got some really nice items that have sold, and I've got some items in Amazon now that I'm sitting and waiting. I'm being patient. They are toys. I'm just waiting for sort of that 15th of December when hopefully Amazon's going to go out of stock and they're going to fly. But we'll see anyway, basically. So month to date is 8k revenue. Well done. That's awesome, mate. It's about half of what I've done, basically. So yeah, nice. Do your numbers kind of align with mine? Like sort of, you'll be about 1,000 profit. Well, it's units, I guess they can vary quite a lot, and roughly around 20% ROI. But yeah, so if it's just once you've got those numbers like sorted, like I was speaking to a lady today, not one of my mentees, but I hop on and help her every now and then. Helen, she might be watching, and her numbers were all just like pretty much like mine. It's just a matter of scale now. So she was like, I can't remember the exact numbers now, but they pretty much aligned up perfectly with mine. It's just obviously they're just lower. So I was saying you're doing the right thing. You basically all your numbers look solid. You just need to scale now and just multiply that by 2, and then 5, then 10, and that's how to get to those big numbers. Hey Adrian, how's it going? I can't say Dan, unfortunately. So it was a pretty good one though. So it was given to me in confidence. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good lead. So to be fair, it was on a new website. So maybe this will give it away. I don't know. But it's on a website that I've sourced before, and I found some okay deals in the past. But it's always been a really kind of bad time of year for that brand. However, in Q4, this brand, the sales losses go up enough that it's worth doing, basically. So today I was sourcing this site pretty much, well, I'm not sourcing the site for the first time, but buying from this site for the first time. I don't think I've ever ordered from it before. If I have, maybe just very 1 or 2 units here and there. But today was I was basically testing out this site. And Chris knows the product. Don't say, Chris. And I was testing this site out for the first time. And so what I do basically is try and figure out, are they going to, do they like resellers? Do they mind multiple orders? Can you order 1 unit or 10 units per, order? How are the discount codes working? We actually managed to find we could stack discount codes quite nicely on this website as well. So this was kind of, for me, it's actually not too often I come on across a new site that I've not ordered from before where I'm basically testing out. And actually the cart on this website was a little bit glitchy. I think I felt like maybe there's certain people I know, certain owners of certain groups that might have a field day with this site's cart because it's really glitchy. And I feel like you could do something there to maybe stack more codes or I don't know anyway. But yeah, it was an interesting site basically. So and what I've done is I just placed a load of orders, big orders, small orders. I'm just testing it out. So now other things I'm evaluating on that sites as well. There's obviously invoices. Now this site is so good, right? That once you've ordered, you can go to the order page and the invoices are literally ready to go to download. And they're really nice invoices as well, not like crappy ones. But even before the items are dispatched, you've already got an invoice, which is pretty good. So I don't know if this is narrowing it down for anyone, but yeah. So I won't say, Chris. I thought you said you knew. So but yeah, basically, let's put the mic up here a bit. But yeah, so it's interesting, and that's essentially kind of like what I'm looking at when I'm on a new site. So just like how far can I push it? I've put some reasonable orders in. I think it's definitely better to kind of push it from early stages and find out what the limits are than worry about. I'd rather order 50 units and then get cancelled than be really cautious and get 2 or 3 units and hope they go through. I'm there definitely to kind of get the those kind of big numbers up. So hey, Helen's here. So there we go. So yeah, ROI for the day sitting on 94%. That's amazing. Yeah, it makes my ROI look rubbish. So yeah, Helen, you're doing really well, Helen. So we did a bit of A2A, didn't we? I think A2A business stuff, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, what's your profit then for the month so far, then, Helen? What do we look at? A year, I think, wasn't it, or the month? I can't remember. But yeah, your numbers are looking really solid. So it's just a matter of scale now, basically, experience and scale. So, but yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, actually. Not that I planned on talking about this, but yeah, when you discover a new site, in the past, I used to be someone who was like, well, I'd rather get 5 units or 10 units rather than try and risk 100, 200, 500 units, and be happy with a 5 or 10. But now I'm the opposite. I'm like, no, if I'm going for it, I'm going for it. And yes, sometimes I'll get cancels and I'll miss out where I could have maybe got 5 or 10 units. But sometimes you order these big numbers and you actually get through and they're happy. And you discover a lot about that site. Do they care about resellers? What the invoice is like, all that kind of stuff, basically. But yeah, what payments they like as well. This site doesn't like Amex, even though they take Amex, they just don't like it. It doesn't work. So you had to use PayPal. So profit of the month, 100, nice. That's awesome. So it's just a matter of scale now, I think. Because I think if I remember, it was your numbers pretty much line perfect with mine. So, although apart from the 94% ROI, that is crazy today. But we did speak in the morning at 10 a.m. So things have changed since then. But yeah, so, but yeah, it's kind of interesting thing when you kind of discover these new sites. So, but yeah, there have been so many deals out there. It's just absolutely crazy. Do you know what I've actually not looked at? I just realised, and I've got no idea what this number is. I mean, actually, something I do want to show you actually is kind of interesting. I'll get it out in a second. But I want to look at my year actually and see how my year's done. I actually think this number is going to be quite disappointing. Definitely not as hard as I'd want. But yeah, it's not actually a great year for me. But this is what happens when you go on and off and on and off on Amazon. So and don't be consistent and persistent. But yeah, these are my numbers for the year. So actually quite disappointing, but they're ramping up again. So I want to be doing like this number like next year 30,000 a month. So but that just shows you my year. It's not actually as good as you might think. ROI is maybe a little bit lower. I've learned a lot of lessons this year, to be fair. So and there was something I was going to show you actually. Trying to think where it is. It's on Keeper, I think. And then it's seller lookup. Let me just get my seller ID. And then it was kind of interesting. I didn't know this kind of like graph existed, or even I could even look at this graph. I think this is the seller ID for me. Maybe. Storefront. No, seller metrics. Trying to remember where I got this graph. Here we go, basically. Yeah, so okay, cool. Yeah, I can show you this basically. So yeah, okay, here we go. So this is an interesting one I got on Keeper basically. So this might give my store away, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. There's nothing on there that gives it away. But this is kind of interesting here that you can see, you know, and just to show you, like, let me just make it a little bit smaller here. Oops. There we go. Cool. So this is all, on. Oh no, sorry, it's 3 months. My bad. Let me go to all. No, that is all. I think. Yeah. No, it's not. Hang on. I thought I was doing all. 1 second. Why is it just? Hang on. This is like glitchy as hell. All. Okay. Okay, it is all. Okay, that is all. I just don't know. So weird. It's not. It's so glitchy. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'll show it back. I don't know what's going on there. It's so strange. Yeah, first sale was 6th of July 2022. So that makes I don't know why it says 3 months there. It's a bit glitchy. Anyway, what's kind of interesting here was the I probably should remove the rating and the seller count and the rating count. What I was more interested in is let me just redo this actually. Oh, I'm being so silly here. Right, here we go. Let's screenshot this, and I just want to do just this here, basically. And what I'm looking at here is, this is on Keeper, by the way. So if you do a seller lookup on Keeper, so you go to Keeper, the website, then you go to seller lookup, and then you put the seller ID in. So this is my store basically, and what you can see is these, as I said before, I've told you guys before, like, you know, and basically how I've I ebbed and flowed inside of Amazon. So you can see here pretty much from like the 6th of July 2022 when my first sale happened, all the way up to sort of middle of 2023. I think that's about when I started doing YouTube and stuff. I was pretty much on a massive growth cycle, and then I kind of took a bit of a break. It looks like, you know, my listing count fell. And then what you can see is I started ramping back up again about middle of sort of like, okay, early, was that January 2024? God, I can't talk. About March 2024. And I ramped it all back up. But then the whole YouMove situation happened. I can't remember exactly when that happened. But you see this like sudden big drop off after July, August, sort of September time, July 2024. Why am I am literally like so tired right now. September 2024. You can see this massive drop off in the listing count. I don't know if I started dropping off because of YouMove here, but I know YouMove had me really scared in Q4, and you can see this like massive drop off in my listing count basically, where I just got so nervous about Amazon and everything just dropped off. And this is why my numbers are so bad this year, because if you look in the beginning of January, I had barely any listings, and it dripped all the way down to, I don't know what the scale is. Yeah, I know, right? It looks like an IP. But then what you can see I'm doing is so that January, February, March, April, from about April onwards, I've been kind of like scaling back up. And then July, August, September time, again, exactly what I said. September time, I started doing the mentoring and planning that out. And you can see my listing count started dropping again. And then I've then started getting back to it again. And you can see it's like climbing up again, basically, this listing count. So it, you know, matches up. It's kind of interesting to see that, actually. But this is like this big drop off. That is basically when the YouMove thing happened. And I was bricking Amazon, I'll be honest with you. So I was like, just sell a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that kind of, because I've seen other sellers where it just continues to go up pretty much all the time. Obviously, they're doing extremely well. So it just shows you that, although I do okay numbers, you really do need to be persistent with Amazon, and if you want to do like those big numbers and keep growing. So, but yeah, anyway, I thought that's kind of an interesting chart. Just anyway, kind of interesting. You can kind of see where I've had kind of big life events happen or big things happen where I've been focused on other things like started doing YouTube and stuff like that, or focusing on that a little bit, and then. Yeah, it's interesting, to be fair. So what I should have done is kept on going. I should never have stopped and just kept growing and growing and growing in terms of that listing count, or at least kept it even, I suppose. I don't know if you want to keep growing in terms of listing counts, because it gets a bit unmanageable maybe. But you want to at least get to the point where you're somewhat stable, and hopefully every product you've got, let's say you end up with like 500 ASINs, they keep improving. Every time you buy a new one, it's a better one. So YouMove was basically this. I think I've got some in my. No, I don't have it. I've got some Frontline actually. YouMove basically was this dog supplement, or I think it was just dogs, but pet supplement anyway. And there was a bunch of Chinese sellers selling fakes on Amazon, and a lot of Amazon sellers like me we bought it from Amazon Direct, doing an A2A. And unfortunately, like the Chinese sellers basically were just selling the stuff so cheap. They sold tens of thousands of units, hundreds of thousands of units, and then it was just like poison. And anyway, this all got out. Amazon clamped down massively. Anyone who sold YouMove had to go through like a big interview process. I've talked about this before, and it made me really nervous about Amazon. Basically, I did my interview pretty much like within a few days of them requesting it, and never heard back from them. But everyone was a little bit concerned at that point. We all did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong. We bought it either direct from Amazon or I actually had like 3 units from Sainsbury's. And yeah, that was pretty much it basically. So yeah, YouMove, that was the big kind of like thing that made me very nervous about Amazon, because at that point, this time last year, my Amex bill was enormous. I went absolutely crazy on Amazon. I had like 100k Amex bill. And if my Amazon account got suspended, I did not have 100k to pay off my Amex bill. So no, actually a dog died, I believe, from it. So yeah, an actual dog died. That's what I think, a dog died, and that caused all this like hoo-ha around it. Basically they just made that a poison, or rather than making it a dog biscuits and just being happy and keep the scam going for a long time, they just made it out of rub. I don't know what was in it basically. Yeah. So my peak listing count was 23,000. 23,000? No, what? Oh, didn't a dog? Yeah, a dog died. Yeah, Adrian. Yeah. What do you mean 23,000? 23,000 ASINs, Dan? Are you kidding me? How can you possibly manage that many ASINs? That is crazy. I don't know what my peak number is. So I don't actually. Oh no, it was about. So my peak number was about 324. Yeah. How did you manage all those ASINs in terms of repricing? I actually need to ask you, what repricing did you use, Dan? Maybe I've asked you in the past, but I've forgotten. But yeah, because like managing that many ASINs is crazy. That is nuts. That is like orders of magnitude above what I've done. Basically, that's like over 100 times more listings than me. Basically, like, yeah, a little bit less. But yeah, that's insane. That is crazy. So, but yeah. Okay. Check the group. That's crazy. Can I put that? I can put that in the. Can I show that on the stream? There's nothing identifying on there, is there? I don't think. So let me know if I can. But yeah, so instead of paying for a reprice, it's better to reprice with a VA. Absolutely not. I would disagree with that mass. I will get a VA for admin and stuff. The one thing I'd never trust them with is repricing, because they make one small mistake, and then you could make a mistake as well, I suppose. But I would not trust an admin with repricing myself. That's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overly cautious. I don't know. Just trying to find this. Thought I saved this. Save image. Oh, it's in downloads. That's why, basically. Yeah. So yeah, crazy, Dan. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know. I think it's a little bit small, but anyway. So yeah, 23,234 listings compared to my peak of about 324, something like that. 320. Yeah, 324. I think was my peak. So I'm on a big increase now, but that's crazy. Absolutely crazy, mate. So how? Oh dear. Back then, Amazon repriced it, then SDK, now PPK. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember now you saying yeah. Hey Zara, how's it going? Appreciate you coming on. We are just talking about what were we talking about? My Amazon results, how my Amazon listings have fluctuated over time, and things like that. Basically, I thought it was just kind of interesting because, like, not that you guys don't believe me or anything, but like everything I basically said is proven in this essentially. When I was like, oh, I get nervous about YouMove, and how like even with like when I say like, oh, I took a break to do the mentoring stuff and like build the mentoring program, you can see my little drop off at the very end there, where I'm not saying it went down a lot, but you can definitely see a downturn of listings where I just wasn't sourcing. But yeah, so kind of interesting stuff basically, and that's available on Keeper, and it's a seller lookup. You put your seller ID in there, you can have a look and see your kind of listings over time. It's even more impressive, Dan, considering you do FBM as well. So yeah, I don't even think I've owned like 23,000 units of anything, let alone ASINs. Like my total units in Amazon right now are 8,522. I've probably got maybe another 3,000 units in a sort of prep center on the way. Yeah, so maybe I've got 11,000, around 12,000 maybe in total if you don't include like what's in Amazon. But apparently I just had another sale. One I'm losing 7p on. Yeah, great. This listing is so messed up. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm glad to only lose 7p on that, to be fair. So, but I'm clearing out some stock right now. I definitely don't make all the right decisions. I definitely take some big gambles this Christmas on some toys, and we'll find out whether they pay off or not. So, I think, Dan, you think it will pay off. I hope it does. We'll see. Basically, I don't know if the sales rank's gone up actually. The sales per month. The last time, I think on Monday, the sales per month was 8,000. So I wonder if it's still 8,000. Let's have a look here. Still 8,000, but we've got time. We've got time for Christmas. So early days, that has to go to 15,000, 20,000. That has to. By sort of the 15th, 20th of December, that has to go up. Yeah, it will do. Yeah. There's no way they can have that much stock in there. How much of your total stock will you sell for Christmas? I mean, if I could, I'd sell it all. I mean, a lot of my stock is Christmas stock. I couldn't give you a percentage, but I've got a lot of perfumes aftershaves in there. I've got actually Chris, who you mentioned earlier. He's prepping a load of perfumes now that have arrived from Cogita. So a lot of Jean Paul Gaultier's. They're apparently are slightly dented, so hopefully they'll be okay. But yeah, Chris just called me before this saying, "Oh, these are a little bit dented," but he thinks they'll be okay to go in. So that's the downside of Jean Paul Gaultier. Sometimes they can be a bit dented. Yeah, so that kind of sucks, but we'll send them in and see how it goes. I'm just looking at some A2A deals there, and but yeah, so that I've got a decent number of aftershaves perfumes. I'll be honest, some of them are doing okay. The thing is, like, it's still early days in December. It's still early days. So, for example, I've got this one here. I'm going to probably just reprice this one up, I think. Like, just show you this one. So this is one I've got. I'm like, well, I think it's probably worth on this one. I've just made a sale now. I think it's the first sale I've had in a while. Or maybe these have just gone in, actually. I'm looking at this, well, I'm thinking, I'd have to look at that one, see the chart. Because I'm pretty sure if I'm making £2.50 now, 10% ROI, I'm pretty sure I could be making more money on that one. So that one I'm going to have a look at after this. That sale was at 7:30. So yeah, that's quite a nice one. I've got just general electronic stuff. I've got normal stuff that doesn't necessarily... Well, I think everything pretty much does better in Q4, but yeah, like not everything like goes crazy. This is just like a staple, this one. This is a Cogita one. This is not a Q4 item. This is like a medical device, I'd say, in a way. And this one does quite well. Again, I'm not getting rich off this one, but it just does. It's nice ROI. I wish I could get more of this stuff, but it doesn't come around very often. This is the one that I'm losing at 7p on. There's nothing I can do about this. The listing title has been absolutely screwed up on this one. So, yeah, I can't. And Amazon won't fix it. So the title's just been changed to gibberish, basically, on this one. I'm surprised it even gets sales at all. See you later, mate. Appreciate you coming on, Dan. Hopefully all of it, Claudia. But at least say I'm hoping 50% at least. 50% at least. I'll just say Sang, Sang. Sang. Anyway, how much of your Amazon storage fee last month? How much profit did you make? Last month is bad, but I'll show you. I think I've posted it before, but I'll show you last month anyway. So previous month was it was this. Screenshot it. It might be slightly different from Monday, by the way, because I probably had a couple of refunds. I think it's. Oh, I can hear my neighbour's cat outside crying to come in. No, you can't come in. Close the door. So that's last month anyway. In terms of the numbers, and then in terms of storage, I really need to actually chase this. I'm paying some long-term storage on EU, and I really need to get that sorted. I'm just looking at it now, basically. It's like €27 in long-term storage. I don't have anything in European warehouses, so I really need to chase that. But my actual storage fees were, pretty much not much at all, really. This is it, basically. So, 300, way too big. £306.21. Let's look at month to date so far. I've paid nothing so far. Okay. How have I got advertising costs this month? I thought I turned all that off. Honestly, I need to look into that again. What was my advertising previous month? I need to look at these fees more closely because I'm like, why am I paying I don't know why I'm paying storage fees in freaking EU. Long-term storage fees. I don't have anything in an EU warehouse, so I need to look into that. Anyway, yeah. So all these little leaks and stuff you need to keep an eye on. But yeah. So anyway, that's those kind of numbers anyway. So EU sales returns going back to EUS. They shouldn't go, Miguel. So I did something called EFN, which is basically called European Fulfillment Network. I think they now called it remote fulfillment. The whole concept of that is that the stock never ever lives in a European warehouse. It goes from UK warehouse to, say, German customer, and then if they return it, it goes from German customer back to UK. It should never ever sit in a German warehouse, because if it does, you are meant to be registered for VAT in that country. So I need to chase that one up. Because yeah, for the month basically, the year. Sorry, let's have a look. What have I paid? Although you can't really look at the whole year, but yeah, I probably paid a decent amount of money in long-term storage then. Long-term storage. Yeah, I paid €200 in long-term storage fees. I need to chase that for them basically and get them to refund me. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, storage is cheap. It really is. It is cheap, considering how much I've got. A couple £100,000. Well, at the time I didn't have it. I've got a couple £100,000 in Amazon right now. So, but yeah, so. But yeah, hopefully, I'm going to sell a good majority of it. So. I've got a lot of toys going in. I've been going big on toys. I've learned, and this other thing as well, by the way, every Q4 is a lesson. Well, it is for me anyway, of where I've either overspent on something or not spent enough. And this year I've gone very heavy on toys, although it may get to the end of this. I'm still learning, of course. I may regret not buying more, although on the ones I did buy, I pretty much bought all the stock, so I couldn't have necessarily bought more. Or maybe I've bought too much. I don't know. We'll see, basically. I've got an amazing toy, which I'm just waiting for the price to go up on. Well, several of those toys, actually. One of them is Hot Wheels, I'll tell you that much. Several of them are Hot Wheels. Can't go wrong with Hot Wheels, I don't think. And, but yeah, we'll just see, basically. But we're still early days. No need to panic yet for Christmas. All these things sell, crazy volumes. So, yeah, it should do pretty well, basically. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results so far this month. So I'm probably doing on average about, £500 a month profit? £500 a day profit, about 2,100 profit for the month so far. So not too bad, really. Hot Wheels toy is from A2A. There is a little bit from A2A, but the rest of it isn't, no. So no. I managed to get 190 units of one Hot Wheels, 51 units of another one. And then I'll just say it's Entertainer. I don't mind saying it, Entertainer. That's where I got it from. Yeah, I think I've already said that in the past anyway. What else did I do? I think that was it for the Hot Wheels ones, and then I bought a few other bits as well, like 3 or 4 other toys as well. They've done, where I just basically bought all the stock. Just bought it all. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so and then again, I bought more today as well. Like say, I won't say what brand it is, but it's a brand that's definitely struggling during the year, but during Q4 does quite well. So who knows what brand that is? I've got no idea. Well, I know, but you got no idea. Maybe you do. I don't know. So, but yeah, yesterday I went to Hot UK Deals. I was meant to be chilling on the sofa. Just literally sat on there, and then before I knew it, there's a little tip for you, by the way. I've inadvertently slipped for you. And then I literally just found 3 deals in 5 minutes. Just like, yeah. Well, technically more than 3 deals, but yeah, like technically it'd be 6 deals in like literally like 5 minutes, which I put into my mentorship. By the way, if you want to do, I put it into my mentoring group for my mentees to buy. If you want interested in Amazon mentoring, by the way, there's a link in the description. So reach out, we'll have a call if that's something that interests you. But yeah, so actually I had a guy who was going to do the mentoring. He actually went with another company in the end, and he messaged me today because I said, "Oh, just can you just keep me up to date on what's going on?" He's doing a wholesale one. It's kind of interesting to hear what this kind of like mentoring does. Sort of a it doesn't really compare to mine because mine's purely OA basically. You know, there's a bit of A2A in there, a bit of Cogita, but it's 90% OA. It was interesting to see kind of this, what is offered on this. It's a longer mentoring program. It's all around wholesale and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. I generally don't think wholesale is good for beginners. I actually don't remember how experienced this guy was at Amazon. I can't remember. But then I lost. Well, they say talking about lost sales. I lost another guy who's going to go down unique bundle route, which I don't know. Interesting, I guess. But yeah, I personally, I don't know. Unique bundles are kind of interesting, to be fair. Does anyone here do unique bundles? I mean, I've definitely seen people make success of it. It's a hybrid of PL and unique bundles, isn't it? I suppose unique bundles. But actually, I know there's a lady I'll say Zoe in my mentoring who she's been part of a unique bundles program actually, and I think she said she's not a single person in there's made money. So yeah, which is kind of interesting. Unique bundles is where you basically like, not that you'd ever do this. You take an iPhone, right, and you take a can of 7-Up and you link them together and go, unique bundle. But no, the whole idea is meant to be like complementary. So it'd be like, for example, shampoo and conditioner. You'd maybe take those two together because they're complementary. Or maybe it'd be shampoo and like a hair, like a sponge or something, or maybe it'd be, a face wash with a moisturizer, or there's loads of different like ways you can go down. Another good one I've seen on Amazon is like making baby box bundles. That's like a proper unique bundle where it's like when someone has a new baby, you want to buy them a gift. It's like a little box that has like a teddy bear in there, some like Johnson Johnson's baby oil and some baby nappies. I don't know, like just baby things that people need when they have a new baby, basically, and that bundles it together. So, what is the most amount of FBA sellers you've seen on one ASIN? Oh, probably like 150, 200, I'd say. Yeah, sometimes I've seen some with like 150, 200. But yeah, so yeah, a decent number. I don't think I've seen any more than that, but maybe there have been one actually. Hang on, there was one that I remember pinged in a group, and it was some. I remember I bought it, and it literally, when this group pinged this thing, this listing just died. I'm actually going to show you this. This is why I don't tend to buy online arbitrage leads from groups. So I use groups for price alerts, and I use groups for A2A, but I don't buy direct OA leads. And what was it called? Let me just search the keyword quickly. Well, I think I spelled it wrong. See if I can find it here. But this listing just went absolutely crazy. It's not that one. What are these things called? I can't really say what they are, but I'm going to get this listing up. So it makes for terrible viewing. What are they? I'll have to think about it. Cannot remember. But this listing was like stable. The price was stable for like 3,000 days. And then it got pinged in a group and the price just died. And a year later, it still hadn't recovered. I know. I'm getting. It's coming to me now. It's coming to me. I think I remember the keyword that will search this. And I'll take a screenshot. It might have recovered by now. I'd be interested to see, actually. But yeah, so yes, here we go. I found it. Oh my God, this listing so bad. I had nightmares about this listing. Oh my God. I don't think I sold a single unit. I think I recorded them and donated them. Let me just get this graph up, and then I'll get back to the questions. Oh, yeah, it's actually, I think it has recovered now. This thing used to sell, so yeah, here we go. Let me just tidy the graph up a little bit here. So just do buy box, basically. Okay, cool. So this one, it's saying that it only had 30 sellers on that. It's crazy, actually. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, crazy. Okay, I didn't realize it didn't have. I thought I had way more sellers than this, but honestly, I think everyone got such high volumes that basically, yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to show you this. Some of you guys might know what this one is, but this is basically from 2017, pretty much to 2020, middle of 2023. This basically was living at, above 20. Oh, was it about 30, 40 pounds maybe, something like that? And then a lot of people jumped onto it. There's only 30 people actually. And look what happened to the price. It just absolutely collapsed. And you can see this thing. So I remember this thing thinking, this thing's been stable for like years. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.5 years. And then a group got on there. And only 30 people as well. And absolutely killed the listing. Oh, I actually thought they had more sellers. I didn't even realize it was only 30. But yeah, oh my God, that was a bad listing. So bad. I mean, I'll say, yeah, it was a consumable, so there's an expiry date, which didn't help as well. Yeah, oh, man, that was such a bad listing, that one. But yeah, that was definitely one where, oh, that was such a bad listing. Honestly, the price went down. The cheapest price on there, if I could zoom into it, was about £10 basically. So it went all the way from about what price is it? It's £35.99 basically it was selling at. It went all the way down to £10, £9.89. Absolutely crazy. I didn't even recognize the seller. I'm looking at their buy box now. So yeah, crazy anyway. So that's why I don't buy leads directly from those groups basically. So but yeah, so going back to the questions then, in terms of going back to the unique bundles, yeah, you have to do PPC for that. Yes, you will. Yes. Yeah, so technically, IP you should be fine because you're doing it under your own brand. You won't get an IP, but you might get in trouble. This is where the unique bundles thing becomes a bit of a grey area. So let's say, for example, I take this branded 7-Up cam, my classic, always got the 7-Up, and I take this iPhone and I bundle it together because these are the two best things in the world. And then I've taken an Apple product and a 7-Up product, and I bundle it together under the brand of OA Hero, for example, the sponsor of this channel, this video. And I'd argue that's not allowed, but Amazon kind of do allow it. Sometimes people basically they'll blur out the up thing or the 7-Up, and they'll blur out the brand and stuff. It's definitely a bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not actually sure the exact rules around it. I don't do unique bundles. It definitely seems dodgy. I think it's fine to do bundles if you're going to do it all. Like the baby box one's kind of interesting. Let me find actually and just show you quickly. Like, I thought this one was fine, but even I think this one, they actually were clamping down on it. Let's have a look if I can find this baby box company. Here we go. Cool. Yeah. So here's a good example of it basically. So I think in this case, it's probably okay. Let me take a screenshot quickly, because most of the products in this image, which I'm about to show you guys, are like private label, like their own brand. Let me just zoom out a bit again. There we go, basically. Cool. Right. So you can see on this image, we've got like a box. Sorry, guys and girls. We've got a box. We've got some socks, a onesie or beanie thing, a wipe, a towel, a bear, a brush, some other bits, and then Pampers in there as well. I'd argue this is probably okay. Majority of it is non-branded, and they've thrown Pampers in there for the colour. Certainly contrasts quite nicely. But sometimes a lot of people will just basically they'll pack 2 Pampers together and then put it in their own brand. I'd say that's not allowed. But I'm not the expert on this stuff. I don't know what Amazon's rules are, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's an example of unique bundle. That company makes a fortune, by the way. Hint, hint. So yeah, even though I've noticed them on a few of their listings, actually, last time I looked at it, we're actually removing even that branded item in there. So maybe I think Amazon clamping down on it. So, but yeah, so 230 FBA on this one here. Let's have a look at this one quickly. So I'll just screenshot it. I can't bother to do a screen share today. Let's have a look here. This one. So this one here is fine because it's 1,000 sales a month. So it's not necessarily just about the number of people on the listing. You want to know how much it sells as well. So this one is doing 1,000 sales a month. This one's a Disney doll as well, which again, I'm not too worried about. There's a lot of sellers on it. Last Christmas it did 500, 700 sales a month. It's already on. Well, maybe it's on 1,000 because it was an 8-away, but this is going to sell pretty well, so I wouldn't worry too much about this one. I'm sure it will recover, and I don't think people have got that much stock. So yeah, but it will come down, I'm sure. But you can see the prices immediately just died. You know, $7.99. Oh, I think everyone did buy it. Okay, yeah, I see. Interesting. Okay, interesting. So yeah, everyone bought it on the 8-away for $9.99. Then it actually dropped to $7.99. Yeah, so interesting. And then Amazon's still stuck at $9.99. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens to that one. But yeah, so yeah. I didn't buy that one, thank God. Yeah, so I don't know why. I don't know if I even saw that one. It rings a bell. I've seen 300 on Hot Wheels 8-away, but it's Hot Wheels and it's Christmas, so it'll be fine. What's the sales per month last Christmas on that one? Claudia's saying, do you know how London luxury products can offer so cheap price when they buy them direct from wholesalers or brands? So I don't know. I think I do know who the person is. But yeah, but I'm not sure where they're buying from. I doubt it's brand direct. I seriously doubt that person's doing brand direct. I could be wrong. There might be someone on some listing brands he is. I seriously doubt it. He's probably just got a good wholesaler. That's probably it, basically. So you've noticed them as well. They're a bit of a pain. I don't have a problem with them, apart from the fact they undercut. But I just push them down. They probably noticed me doing that. I push them down. I'll literally just find their floor and send them down there. And oftentimes they get in the buy box anyway, so I'll send them down to the bottom, and then they can keep the buy box at the bottom, and then they'll eventually realise, and then they'll put the price up. But yeah, that's what I'll do to them. You know, I just don't like the penny undercutting. So what type of product was it? That was the it was a grocery one. I'll send it to you, AD, on because I'll send it to you, mate. You can have a look. So Adrian's one of my mentees as well. So, but yeah. So Zara, I didn't understand when you replied to me in Discord about products listed under wrong ASIN. Can you explain? Did I? I don't remember that. What did I say? When was that? My memory is getting so bad these days. It's got too much going on. What did you ask me, Zara? I can't remember now. I can't find it. You'll have to remind me. Sorry, Zara. Yeah. So for sale, is it for sale? Yeah, for sale. 1 month into this game, and I'm not able to find a single product to sell on Gate. There are so many products to sell right now. Can you not tell how tired I look? There are so many products to buy right now. I cannot keep up with. I've literally got like 10 leads right now that I've not even bought myself because I just need to sit down and do it. Actually, sitting down and ordering is quite a chore. There are so many deals out there. It's beyond ridiculous right now. I was talking to a friend of mine today. I was saying it's just ridiculous. Honestly, it's just insane. So when it comes to ungating, I do feel your pain. I do know your pain. I understand it. But you've got to keep persevering. One of my mentees, a guy called Dave, he's been trying to ungate a certain brand. I won't say what brand it is for 2-3 weeks now. He finally got ungated to Gate. He messaged in the group saying in the success channel, like, yeah, I finally got ungated. So that was nice. But yeah, so yeah, I can't post the screenshot, but because it says the brand name in there, but he was well happy. But yeah, so you just got to be persistent and consistent on it. But he got there in the end. So one of the things he did was just making sure he highlighted obviously continued to apply, but highlighted the invoices, I think he said. So he said, appeal to human stating and highlighting the information in the invoice is legit. Took him 8 days, but it got there in the end. So yeah, I think he did some highlighting as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, but you're only a month in, so do not lose hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to... You're new, basically. So Amazon distrusts you, essentially. You're 1 month in. That's nothing. No, you're in the beginnings, basically. Speak to Adrian. He's 8 weeks into it now, 9 weeks into Amazon. And, you know, I think 12 weeks, basically 3 months is when you kind of things open up a little bit. But, you know, Adrian's still like had one of his best days today, basically. How much profit you want now, Adrian? Yeah, you made some really good money today. I think it was like £90 last time I saw it. Oh, those toys! I was talking to Adrian today about this. He asked me to look at a deal, and I found it and I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, it's a good deal, but don't go nuts on it. And literally, this product has just started flying, and it's making crazy profit. And I was just saying, like, oh, we dropped the ball. Well, I dropped the ball on that one. I think because this thing had never sold. It's an interesting brand. I would not say it's the most popular brand in the world, but it's been one that's been around for a long time now. But it's never done 50 sales a month. But it's sold for a lot of money in the past. Now it's actually quite cheap, and it's only for the first time in its entire life it's hit 50 sales a month, and it's just in the 4th of December now. Yeah, drop the ball on that one. You can't get it anymore. It's out of stock. And check DM. Yeah, so here we go. Basically, so yeah, I'll save these and you can see them. Basically, these are Adrian's results. So this is like lifetime. I'll just save that as lifetime, which is pretty awesome. So this is Adrian's lifetime. So you're getting there nicely. Making some good progress. Really nice numbers actually. 53% ROI and. This is just today, so I'm not going to take all the credit for this, but give some. Although Adrian technically hasn't started the mentoring yet, he's just in the group chatting away, taking advantage of kind of like the group calls and the chatting and the things like that, and some of the leads we give. And this is just today, so we've gone from actually lifetime. Oops, let me put it back. Sorry, got lifetime at the top there, 353, but today alone is £120. Now we're in Q4. We've just gone through Black Friday. These are extraordinary times, but what a result! What a result, though. Absolutely amazing. Like just create, and that was the ROI is just nuts. But yeah, and I dropped the ball on that product. But you can't predict this stuff sometimes. But in hindsight, maybe it was obvious with the price being so low and Christmas coming. But it's a brand that doesn't do that well, though. Realistically, like I don't think it's that a popular brand. But apparently I'm wrong on that one, and I hold my hands up to that one. Again, this is what I'm saying. You just need to learn every year, if you can, about products and brands and stuff and what does well, what doesn't. But this one here was a bit of an extraordinary one. I think it's still in stock in store. It's just out of stock online. So, but yeah. So, Mohit, I have high vision. People leave. I have high vision. People leave. I want to grow my brand to $1 billion with the help of Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, and retailers in the UK. I mean, I guess you can. That's a big vision. I like the vision. I'd start with 1 million and then get to 10, then 100, then 1 billion. It's good to have lofty goals, but yeah, set realistic ones as well. But yeah, you can definitely do that. But I'd say also then focus on one. Focus on one platform first. Before you start spreading yourself everywhere, you need to learn one platform. But yeah, so. Have you heard fees are going to be better next year? I did see that apparently fees are dropped slightly. Yes, I got that email. I had a very brief look through it. And yeah, hopefully any more money in my pocket is going to be good, basically. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So that should hopefully... I can't remember how much. I'll maybe save like 5. But don't forget they've been putting fees up and up and up. So they've given us they've taken a lot from us and they're giving a tiny bit back, which is better than nothing, to be fair. I'm not going to complain. But that just shows you what Q4 is like, Adrian. You don't even have time to like reprice stuff realistically. I actually repriced something yesterday. It took like nearly an hour to update on the website. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Have I put a too high price in? I was like it was a Hot Wheels set and I sold one of them and I was like, no, this price needs to be like 30 quid more expensive. And it took ages to update. It was absolutely crazy. So, Stefan said, hi, recently hit 200 orders, account health went +4. Should ungating improve? In theory, yes. I think, again, no one really knows how ungating works, but definitely having account health helps. Definitely having like account age helps as well. But yeah, 200 is like the 200 is like the sort of the threshold. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'd say it maybe gets a little bit easier, but no one actually knows. Well, some people do, obviously, but yeah, the general public don't know exactly how ungating works. So, a 2K US market starting with wholesale, then shifting to private label. Fair enough. Again, why are you like? Yeah, fine, mate. I mean, I'll be honest. I see like red flags all over this. You one that you're mentioning, like you want to do different countries, you want to do different marketplaces, like a focus, I'd say, is important. And now you're saying you want to do wholesale and then move to private label. Again, I guess there's nothing wrong technically with that, I suppose. But I think it's focus down and on one platform in one country and one method and see if you can get good at that. And then you can either double, triple down, 10x down on that one, or you can then shift your business and expand into other things. But yeah, you got a big vision, which is good, but you need to take that first step. It's like building a house. You have to start with that first brick. You don't start with 10 bricks and just chuck them all down, do you? You do one at a time. So maybe 2 at a time if you're an expert. But yeah, But yeah, so just take it one step at a time, basically, one brick at a time, and go from there, basically. So I should take my own advice about focus because I'm all over the place with so many different things and stuff, and I can't keep up. So, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, any other questions, guys? Throw them out there. I've just had a very nice sale. Actually, not that nice a sale. I need to look at, yeah. Again, I need to look into this. I need to see why I've sold this for so little ROI. It's technically a nice sale, but it's a good profit, pounds. But the ROI is a little bit low. So I have to look into that and see, this is what happens. I just look in and, well, I must have priced this down. So, but I need to look in and see why that sold for that price. And this is what I do basically when I get these sales like this. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to look into that and just see if there's any adjustments that need to be made basically. Do I need to put the ROI, put the pricer up? What do I need to do? I'm going to have a look at it now and have a look. So, see what's going on here. But so yeah, I can see definitely this price, there's a lot of sellers jumped on this listing. The price definitely came down, and I think I definitely need to be more patient on this one and put the price up, definitely. So yeah, so also the cost of goods is maybe wrong as well. Weird. Okay, yeah, anyway, so this is what I do on a daily basis. I suppose I see something come in like that. That's a sale I've not seen before. I think it's the first time I've sold that one, and I'm now going to adjust that basically. But I'm also wondering why my price is so low, so I need to look into that as well. So but yeah, and I'm just, sometimes I'm happy to sell through, and other times I'm throttling things basically. So another nice one I had today. Again, I'll look into this and just see, like, can I just push the price up slightly on this one? 20. So this is a £40 profit, 24% ROI. Any other interesting ones? So this is and that's an electrical item, I think. Yeah, it is electrical item, that one. This is a perfume. This one's going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this number, actually. So yeah, this one's pretty good. ROI on this one is pretty tasty. In theory, I could be holding. This is a perfume. I'm probably going to be sold out in probably by the end of the week on this one. You could argue here I should just wait until mid-December. Maybe, I don't know. It's just one of those ones where I'm like, I can't hold everything, so I'm happy kind of with this one. ROI is a little bit lower than I'd like, but it's a perfume, so 15-20% is kind of normal on that one for me. I very rarely make 30% ROI on perfumes. Sometimes I do, but yeah. This is another one. Again, rinse this site for about 100, 200 units. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, so not a bad one as well. 53% ROI on this one. Electrical item, that one is. So, but yeah, so Landis level 3, so I recently hit 200. That's one. I've got ILC and I'm fully focused starting Amazon USA. Cool. Make it work. Start one more. Yeah, cool. Nice. Sounds like a good plan, mate. I do UK, so I know the basics about Amazon, USA, but I don't do it myself. Do you ever compare SaaS Profits SDK for the item? Once in a while, SaaS shows high. Yeah, I mean, not really. It's always pretty damn close. So, and by the time it's in, isn't it? I can't exactly change it at that point, but no, realistically, I don't compare them directly. Normally they're pretty accurate, and if they're out, they may be out very slightly. Am I leaking some money there? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah. So there's another perfume here. I've only got 3 of these. This kind of sucks. Wish I could get more of these, but I think it's a leftover from earlier in the year. Not sure exactly. But yeah, that's not too bad. I don't think what else I've got really. I've definitely done a bit of a clearing out though. So yeah, any interesting ones. Don't know if I've got any good ones or not. Well, there you go. Another one of my sneakers sold out. Yeah, the remnants of my sneakers. Last one of these on this particular size and colour. Pretty nice. So yeah, sneakers were good to be fair. Sneakers were good, but I've only got like I think 10 pairs left or something. But yeah, so can you give a briefing on houses on Amazon? Don't know what you mean, mate. Give it a briefing on houses on Amazon. Not sure what you mean by that, mate. Okay, maybe I'm just being dense. Zaris, I think you missed. I wrote my prep center sent my product. Oh yeah, exactly. So you should probably recall them. Yeah, you should recall them. That's the only thing you can do. What prep center are you using again, Zara? Can't remember. But yeah, that sucks. Was it your mistake? Was it their mistake? Obviously, if it's their mistake, you should get them to pay for it, pay for the recall and re-prepping again. But yeah, you're gonna have to basically. And how drastically different is it? Is it totally different, or what's happened there basically? So I'd say you need to recall. But yeah, getting some Shopify notifications apparently and DPD notifications. Your prep mate. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, they're really struggling right now. So yeah, so hey, it's all good. Don't worry about it, Wes. Thanks for joining us. It's all good, mate. So we're just about to clock off, I think, to be honest with you. Unless keep the questions keep coming in. Can you give a brief on housing on Amazon Lakes? Can you tell me about what do you want me to? I don't know what you mean, mate. Houses on Amazon. I don't know what you mean, mate. It's a lotion. I sent a perfume. Yeah, you're gonna have to recall it and just get them to relabel it correctly, basically. So okay. So yeah, especially if it's a higher value one on a lower value ASIN, which it sounds like it is. It sounds like you sent a perfume, EDP or EDT, and you're saying a low. Yeah, so I definitely get that record, unfortunately. So what I'd do is delete the listing, and it'll go into stranded, and then you can make a recall basically, and make sure you recall it back to the prep center. Yeah, so that sucks, and make sure they pay for it basically. So you might want to move prep centers as well. I'm not sure what they're doing. Not sure what your prep mate's up to these days. Are they? I think I know. Yeah, I can't remember what they're doing now. Basically, yeah. Versace. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's not good at all. Yeah. So yeah, I can see why the mistake's made because they sometimes the boxes are very similar. But yeah, that's not ideal though. I'm trying to think if there's any other interesting. Any kind of interesting ASINs again I've sold today. This one's quite nice. Another perfume today. This one here. Only 27 of these left as well. This was quite tasty, this one. I think I even put the price up on this one, actually. I saw that. I was like, I think I can do better. So that was quite nice. I've got a few Estee Lauders sold. Someone was asking today about Estee Lauder and in my Discord community. By the way, all links for, not that I've mentioned much, but yeah, I've got Discord community. It's free. Links in description. Obviously got the mentoring as well, that kind of stuff. All links for that in description. Someone asked the community today, like, oh, do you sell Estee Lauder? You've mentioned it before, because SellerAmp says it's IP. SellerAmp's a great bit of software, but it's useless for IP information, so do not use it. If you want to know about IP information, OA Hero is pretty good there. And yeah, stuff like that, basically. But yeah, but you use your own judgment, though, when it comes to doing IPs as well. But yeah, so, these are so good as well. Like, I just wish I could get I wish I could buy like 800 of these. These are toys. This is Playmobil. I mean, I wish I could get more of these. There we go. I've only got 8. I think I had 9 in total. So they've started selling as well. Yeah, that's like the other interesting kind of nice ASINs that I've sold. So your prep mate, I believe, have basically what's happened basically, my understanding is that a bunch of employees walked out or quit, and then they've had to shut down or they've scaled back, or I don't know what's going on. Basically, they gave everyone a notice, I think, and yeah, I don't know the exact story, to be honest with you. So with that one, yeah. So yeah, I think the guy who owns it is a really nice guy, genuine guy, but just had some bad luck. And but yeah, he did. To be fair, he didn't just like still let everyone send stuff in and just be rubbish. He warned everyone, said, look, we had some problems, we're closing down, or this is your 2 weeks notice, blah blah blah, basically. So I heard from someone that Amazon stops or makes you stuck at some number after make it big. That true? I'm new. No, I've never heard that before. No. So why would they? That's just it makes no sense. Yeah, I think it's Hassan. Yeah, MTT. Yeah. So I can't remember the exact story of what happened. I believe about they lost a lot of employees or something. I don't know the exact story of what happened. Basically, they sent a bunch of emails out to I think most of their customers or all their customers saying they've had their 2 weeks notice basically on that. I can't remember exactly. Yeah. So hey, better than just carrying on and just like letting stuff build up. So credit where credit's due on that one. You know, they held their hands up and said, look, we're struggling here. And Black Friday kills off a lot of prep centers, and but yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so I can't even read these names anymore. Alice, can you check this product and how much I can list it? I have been offered lots of them for £15. So the first red flag I'm seeing there is who's offered you them for £15. Let me know that. Secondly, are they going to provide you an invoice? Thirdly, are they going to provide you the invoice of where they bought it from as well if you ever have a problem? Mohid, it doesn't matter what you're doing, private label, wholesale. I don't even do either of them. I do online arbitrage. But But yeah, so this one's a Lego one, so it'll be fine. I don't think there's any Lego fakes floating around. So you still need an invoice. You still need that supply chain invoice. Who are you buying it from? But yeah, in terms of the price, though, having a look at this one, I mean, a safe price is like £20 to £22. I think. Right now the price is a little bit lower than that, but looking at the history, £20 to £22, I think, is probably a safe price. 21 to 22, something on there is what you'd expect to sell for. So, but yeah, make sure you're buying from someone. If you're VAT registered, make sure they're registered, and but you also make sure they're willing to give up the invoices. I think it was Nateway, that one. I can't remember, but yeah, I think that brand being Lego should be fine though. I always get worried when people say they're buying stuff from other people. Like, you want to make sure that you got the supply chain, they're willing to give you the invoice of where they bought it from, stuff like that. So, but yeah. So, any other questions, guys? Before we wrap it up, then. Take advantage. I'm definitely going to go night tonight. Is kids' toys and games good category for Christmas? Yes. I think you know that, mate. Yes. Yes. So Christmas trees are good for Christmas as well until it's the 26th and 25th, and then they're not worth nothing, basically, until next year. So, but no, they're definitely good, basically. Yes. So yeah. Anyway, any kind of like last questions or anything like that? Anything we look at or? Any last little bits? I'm sorry, I'm just a bit low energy. I'm just honestly absolutely shattered. I'm taking a couple of weeks off for Christmas. I'm looking forward to doing that, to be fair, and I'm going to try and get some more early nights and really sort my sleeping pattern out, because I'm just honestly, it's just honestly, between the mentoring and me doing Amazon and other things as well. With there being so many deals out there to buy these days, honestly, that's the thing that's taking. It's not the mentoring's fine, actually. It's it's the amount of deals that are out there. It's the fact that I'm scaling Amazon so rapidly and quickly. It feels like it's just a lot of, I don't know. It's a lot of work, basically. So, and then if you take a day off, you feel like you're missing out on deals, and you take a day off, it costs you £1,000 or more. Like today's deals, how many did I buy? Can't even remember now, actually, because I was waiting to see whether they'd cancel my orders, but probably looking at about £2,000 profit from that, like what those leads today, basically. So, so if I'd taken the day after day, I might have missed out on those leads. Can you make multiple accounts in Amazon? No, they do. Well, technically, kind of yes, but Amazon do not like multiple accounts. You do not need multiple accounts to do different countries. You can do multiple countries inside of one Amazon account. The only way you can do multiple accounts is by having totally different, like LLCs or, organizations, and you need to have total separation. You can't sell the same products on the same listings. Amazon will shut you down, basically. So you don't need multiple accounts. Just do one account, and you can sell multiple regions with that account, basically. So, but yeah, I'd say just do some more research, buddy, and look on YouTube and stuff like that. Use ChatGPT as well. Although ChatGPT is pretty rubbish at times, to be fair, with Amazon knowledge. Really is not good, actually. But yeah, go and watch some videos and stuff like that. And but I'd say to you, don't start private label. You're brand new to Amazon, and I wouldn't start doing private label. I wouldn't start doing wholesale. I'd start doing online arbitrage, selling branded items. But yeah, so you can understand the Amazon platform without having to deal with PPC and stuff like that. So I think it's a mistake, personally, unless you've got someone to hold your hand to do wholesale or private label or brand direct, or yeah, that's pretty much it for beginners, basically. It's not a good strategy, in my opinion. Cool, guys. Massively appreciate everyone coming on. I'm going to go to bed, basically. It's 9 p.m. It's quite early, but I'm going to get an early night, basically, tonight, and go and relax. So, but yeah. So anyway, appreciate everyone coming on. Some great questions. We've got some interesting stuff we covered today as well, actually. And I'll see you guys back again on Monday, 8 p.m. UK time, for my next sort of live Q&A. And I'll try and do something different this time, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we'll see what I do. It might just be a Q&A, it might be a sourcing session. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But yeah, thanks everyone. Massive appreciate everyone being on here. Again, if you're interested in mentoring, I've got a link in the description. You can have a chat with me. We can see if we can get you going on Amazon. Might be right for you, might not be right for you. We'll have to see, basically, and go from there.